Mineplex is notorious for their huge amount of bugs and lag, but there is one thing in Mineplex that annoys me the most. The number one thing that annoys me isn't lag, or ender pearls, or even snowballs and eggs. The most annoying thing in Mineplex is their knockback. You see, Mineplex's knockback works in a way where if you get into any sort of PvP encounter, such as a 2v1, 3v1, or even a 4v1, you have a chance of being ping-ponged, as I like to call it. This happens when someone hits you, then before the player is physically able to hit you, the second player hits you, which sends you flying. To explain this in a more detailed and technical manner, I'll be using this diagram below. So pretend this is player 1, this is player 2, and this is player 3. Now pretend player 1 and player 2 are on the same team and are against player 3. Pretend player 1 hits player 3, and right after that, player 2 hits player 3. Now because of the packets sent to the server, player 1's attack packet gets sent dealing knockback, but right after that, player 2's attack packet gets sent, causing a double hit, and, which I said before, sends player 3 to Narnia. A few clips will be playing in the background showing this exact phenomenon occurring, and this exact situation can get very annoying when trying to team wipe in Cake Wars especially. Getting ping-ponged is the main reason I've stopped solo grinding for Cake Wars and playing micro battles in general. Now, there is a way to do this by yourself, and it's called switching. Now this occurs when you hit someone with an item, then quickly switch to another item to get a double hit. Now beware, as this quote-unquote method of PvP can get you banned on some servers, so be sure to check the rules of the server before you start doing this. Secondly, I recommend that you don't try this, as one, it's very inconsistent. At least when I tried doing it, it took me several times to even get one double hit and resulted in me dying most of the time. Although I was able to do it pretty consistently in the background footage, I wouldn't rely on it in PvP. 2. It's kind of scummy. Abusing a feature like this is scummy in a way because it basically enables you to combo the other player very easily if you pull off the switch correctly. Now other things I've noticed while seeing people abuse switching is that they get extra reach. This occurs because of the double hit you give off can make it seem like you are hitting players from farther than physically possible without a hack client. Mineplex knockback is supposed to simulate Java knockback, which just doesn't work on a Bedrock server. I obviously as a Mineplex main have gotten pretty used to the knockback, but it still breaks sometimes. I've had several instances where the enemy is a block away from the edge, and I hit them 3 to 4 times and they just do not move. But other than that, the knockback is pretty consistent. Although I'm sure they won't change this for a while, but I hope Mineplex buffs their vertical knockback. A huge complaint in why players won't switch to Mineplex is nag and the knockback. Not being able to air combo is a huge problem for players from other servers trying to switch to Mineplex. Even Qwimston, who used to have horrible and inconsistent knockback, made a huge change to their knockback system, and although it's still inconsistent, Qwimston is working on it and making steps to fix it. While Mineplex on the other hand, released a poll asking about what they should change about the knockback in October, and 2 months later haven't changed anything or even mentioned another change. Now you might be saying to yourself, Smokey, give them the benefit of the doubt. What if Mineplex knockback just takes a while to code and they need a few months to do this? Well, I don't know much about coding knockback, but when the first knockback change came, buffing the knockback, there were many changes within it in the next few days. And in only a few hours, the knockback got nerfed because of how much horizontal knockback it dealt. So that basically shows that to change parts of the knockback, it shouldn't take too long. Unless the code is just too complicated when adding vertical knockback, then I understand. But they have proven that they are able to fix it in a reasonable amount of time. But it's been 2 months, so where is this knockback change? I hope they are working on it because I feel like it'll bring in more players than they expect, but only time will tell. Now before the video ends, I just want to say that don't get the wrong impression from the Mineplex devs. They are working very hard for the server and this winter event. They brought back 5 games that cycle back and daily missions. And same for the back-end devs. A lot of Mineplex players here think that they aren't doing anything and aren't trying, but most likely are trying their best. From what I've heard, the code for the server is very messy and hard to fix, so please be patient while more server-side issues get fixed. I just want to say that all staff members, admins, and devs have been working very hard these past few months, so if you know any of them, tell them how much you appreciate them and what they do for the server. Other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have and would like to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and tell me your thoughts along with any other video ideas you would like to see. Again, thank you so much for watching this video and have an amazing rest of your day.